Today, we're journeying back to the tumultuous era of World War I in France, a time of great uncertainty and sorrow. But amidst the chaos of the front lines, a different kind of darkness was brewing in the quiet Parisian suburbs. This is the chilling story of Henry Desire Landru, a man who would come to be known as the Bluebeard of Gambais. Imagine this. It's wartime Paris. Countless men are away fighting, and many women find themselves alone, widowed, or simply seeking companionship and security in a world turned upside down. They turn to the Lonely Hearts columns in newspapers, a common practice at the time, hoping to find a kind soul. It's here that they encounter intriguing personal ads from a seemingly charming, middle-aged man. He presents himself as a respectable, well-off gentleman, looking for a serious relationship, often a widow with whom he could share his life and fortune. For many women, this was a beacon of hope. The man behind these ads was Henry Landru. He was short, bald, with a famously bushy, reddish-brown beard. He was articulate, charismatic, and projected an air of sophisticated confidence that easily won over his correspondents. After a series of letters filled with sweet nothings and promises of a bright future, Landru would arrange to meet his chosen woman. He would sweep them off their feet, convincing them he was the answer to their prayers. Once he had gained their trust, Landru would persuade them to grant him access to their finances, to sell their possessions, and entrust the money to him for safekeeping or investment. He'd then invite them to a secluded villa he rented, first in Vernillet, and later, more famously, in the village of Gambais, just outside Paris. He told them this would be their new home, a place to start their new life together. The women, filled with hope, would pack their bags and tell their friends and family they were moving to the countryside with their wonderful new fiancé. But their dream of a happy new beginning would end in that isolated house. After arriving at the villa in Gambais, these women were never seen or heard from again. Neighbors would occasionally notice foul-smelling, thick black smoke billowing from the chimney of Landru's villa. But in the countryside, burning rubbish wasn't entirely unusual. No one suspected the horrifying truth. Landru's downfall began not because of the smoke, but because of the worried families of his victims. In 1919, the sister of one of the missing women, Madame Busson, received a letter from the mayor of Gambais. He was trying to track down a Madame Busson who had disappeared, and he had a lead. A woman in town had seen Madame Busson with a man, and she was able to give a description. The sister, Madame Lacoste, recognized the man from her own encounter with him. She began her own relentless investigation, eventually connecting the dots with another family searching for their missing relative, Celestine Busson. Together, they pieced together a description of the mysterious fiancé in the villa in Gambais. Their persistence led the police to a small shop in Paris, and there they found him. Not a wealthy gentleman, but Henry Landru, living with his wife and children, who were completely unaware of his double life. The key piece of evidence was a small notebook found on him. Inside, Landru, a meticulous bookkeeper, had recorded the names of the women he met, a chillingly precise account of their assets, and the expenses he incurred, including the train tickets for their one-way trips to Gambais. When police searched the villa, they made a gruesome discovery. In the ashes of his oven, they found fragments of human bones, teeth, and hairpins. It became sickeningly clear what the thick, black smoke had been. Landru had murdered at least 10 women and the teenage son of one of them. He dismembered their bodies and burned the remains in his kitchen stove to destroy the evidence. His motive was chillingly simple: greed. He systematically preyed on vulnerable women, stealing their life savings before callously disposing of them. Landru's trial in 1921 was a media sensation. He remained calm, defiant, and even witty throughout, denying everything. He famously stated, "Show me the bodies," knowing full well he had destroyed them. But the evidence of his little black notebook, combined with the bone fragments and the testimony of over 100 witnesses, was overwhelming. Henri Désiré Landru, the Bluebeard of Gambais, was found guilty and was executed by guillotine in 1922, leaving behind a legacy of calculated cruelty that still haunts France to this day. Thank you for joining me for this dark chapter in history. If you found this story compelling, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more deep dives into fascinating cases. We'll see you in the next video.